Hello, in this section we are going to discuss the magnetic field due to a straight solenoid and magnetic field due to a toroid. These two are the equipments which generates magnetic field. The television uses the solenoid to generate magnetic field. The synchrotron uses a combination of both solenoid and toroid to generate high magnetic field required. We will see in this section how the Ampere circuital law can be used to find the magnetic field due to current carrying solenoid and current carrying toroid. First, magnetic field at the center of a straight current carrying solenoid. A solenoid means length is large. Long solenoid means as compared to its radius. It consists of a long wire bound in the form of helix where the neighboring turns are closely spaced, so each turns can be regarded as a circular loop. The net magnetic field is the vector sum of the fields due to all turns. Enameled wire are used for windings so that turns are insulated from each other. Let us see how. I current passes. Then we can see the into the plane and coming from the plane the direction of the magnetic field, and its direction can be given by right hand thumb rule. Let us consider the length of solenoid is L, number of turns per unit length is N, and current through one turn is I, so that the total current threading through the solenoid will be total number of turns times current. So that is NL into I, where capital N is the total number of turns. Now here if we use the Ampere circuital law, see loop PQRS. So from the Ampere circuital law, line integral B dot dl equal to mu naught times of current enclosed, and total current enclosed is Ni, and N equal to this total number of turns equal to number of turns per unit length into length of the solenoid, so NL. So we can say line integral of B dot dl equal to mu naught times of NLI, or this is equal to integration P to Q B dot dl plus integration of B dot dl from Q to R plus integral B dot dl R to S plus integral B dot dl S to P. Now here see, the direction of magnetic field is along this, and the length of the loop is here along this, so angle between DL and B is 0 degree. So this value will be B DL cos 0 degree. Here it will be B DL cos 90 degree because DL is perpendicular to B. B is along this side here and DL is along this side. In next, outside the solenoid there is no magnetic field or very weak, so we are neglecting. and again here, so here this for integral b dot dl r to s equal to 0 into dl cos 180 degree or 0 degree we can say, plus b dot dl cos 90 degree. So see, the cos 90 0, so this total value will be 0, this is 0, this is 0. So integration of b dot dl equal to b dl p2q, and if we extend this one, it will be the length of the solenoid. So summation dl equal to b into l equal to mu naught times of nli. See the equation 1. So this L and this L got cancelled. So B equal to mu naught Ni. It is the magnetic field at the center of the solenoid. At the end of the solenoid, its value will be half of this. Now magnetic field due to a toroidal solenoid or toroid. Circular solenoid is termed as a toroid. Let us a toroid in which current I and a small element dl. Now from the Ampere circuital law, we can say b dot dl integration b dot dl equal to mu naught times of current enclosed. As we used here the solenoid approach, the inside the toroid, which is this space, and outside the toroid the magnetic field is 0. Let the radius of this toroid is r, so length of the toroid will be 2 pi r. If I current passing through each turns, where total number of turns n equal to n into L, where this small n is the number of turns per unit length, so total number of turns will be n into 2 pi r. So thus we can say the total current enclosed by the toroid is Ni. So it is n into 2 pi r into I. So if we use the Ampere circuital law, we can say integral b dot dl equal to mu naught times of current enclosed. So here bl equal to mu naught n 2 pi r I, where this L equal to, that is the length of the toroid, 2 pi r. So this 2 pi r got cancelled. So here V equal to mu naught Ni. Here the magnetic field exists only in the area bounded by the coil, and it does not exist in the area inside and outside. So the solenoid and toroid, we can say, confine the magnetic field within its area. Now 3 questions here for the practice which you can try. In our next discussion, we will see the force between 2 parallel currents and the definition of ampere, which is another important part of this chapter. Thank you.